call this doubling down on Dharma. It says in the teaching, the more advanced teaching, what sometimes are called the pith, essential teachings, that there is no meditator and there's no object of meditation. So how can that be? And this is the hallmark of the realization Dharma practices. For example, the special kind of insight meditation, vipassana, which is an integral part of Mahamudra practice, is what I'm pointing at here. In dualistic terms, the meditator is looking at the mind, and the mind is the object of meditation. As mentioned, that's in relative, dualistic language. In reality, there is no subject to be found that looks, if we looked for it, and no mind to be found that is seen, again, if we look for it. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with nothing to lean on whatsoever, and that marks a sort of non-dualistic free fall. Or, in other words, it's similar to the spaceman walking in the weightlessness of outer space. We're used to having something to stand on, something to lean on, to push against. And by opposing dualistically, we can feel our own existence through that opposition. It's our form, it's a popular form or total form of reification, the comfort of dualism. There's none of that with insight meditation. It has no subject, no object. It's subjectless and objectless and nothing but an open continuum. And so there is no object to insight meditation. And despite any of our possible protests to the contrary, there's no subject to be found either. Even though we can't help but think there is. So it's easy to say this in words and concepts like I'm doing, but realizing what is being said here, at least for most of us, verges on the near impossible. So what does happen in insight meditation? What's so good about it that the great Dharma teachers extol it? Again, this may be simple for me to say in words, but nearly impossible to bring home to realization, because with insight meditation, there is no resistance of any kind. We have no choice but to stop, look, and listen, so to speak. This is why what happens is often called, and the Tibetans call it, there's a whole book of it, of poems and stuff called the rain of wisdom, the rain of wisdom, because it's just raining down on us all the time. And this, because when we give up and relax, we can hear and see the rain of wisdom falling all around us. It's just naturally there. In order to do that, we have to be very still. Thus, the role of tranquility meditation, shamatha in Sanskrit, the goal of both tranquility meditation and insight meditation make up what's called Mahamudra practice. And in that stillness and its unwavering stability, without an object to be seen and without a seer to be seen, there's room for whatever is in the present moment to reveal itself to us. In other words, we go into insight meditation not to see anything and not for something to be seen. The dichotomy of dualism is not present in insight meditation, with no division, with its inherent divisiveness of subject and object. We are free to allow whatever is to manifest and to show itself to us, and we can realize what arises as it arises. Now for the hard part, and this is where most of us get stuck. how to initiate, how to launch insight meditation when we don't know how to practice it. That is the sole job, task of an authentic Dharma teacher or guru. What makes a particular teacher authentic for us is that he or she has realized the nature of the mind and is thus potentially able to point out that nature of the mind to us so that we, their student, finally get it. However, to do that, we have to be, we, the student, have to be ready to receive and to realize these teachings, these pointing out instructions as to the true nature of the mind. The teacher will point it out to us, but we must be able to receive that. Thus, all of the many Dharma preliminaries like shamatha, lojong, nundro, and the other relative or dualistic Dharma practices, in my opinion, there has to be a point where we dig in, so to speak, and we go for it. Think how difficult it is to become a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. We know that takes time. How much more difficult is it to get launched on the road to enlightenment? Very. My view, as mentioned, is that at some point in our life we have to double down, get with it, and approach our enlightenment with everything we've got, because that's exactly what it takes. Personally, I'm a bit of a polymath, meaning I'm quite skilled in a number of disciplines. However, nothing that I have undertaken is as difficult as learning the Dharma, and nothing has